向抗战烈士敬献花篮仪式开始，奏唱中华人民共和国国歌。
Floral tributes are being presented to the fallen heroes, and now the national anthem.
向在中国人民抗日战争中英勇牺牲的烈士默哀。
Now observe the 1 minute of silence to the heroes.
默哀毕，向抗战烈士敬
Now
献
floral
花篮。
tributes are being presented to the fallen heroes during the war. Chinese President Xi Jinping is going to present the floral tributes to the fallen heroes in World War II in the fight against Japanese aggression. And he will be joined by members of the Standing Committee of the Political Bureau of the CPC Central Committee in paying the tributes. And later, veterans and the families of revolutionary martyrs and also the families of international friends and student representatives also join them. President Xi Jinping is entering the hall of the museum to present the floral tributes to the Chinese heroes fallen in World War II. And he's joined by members of the Standing Committee of the Political Bureau of the CPC Central Committee. They're going to pay the floral tributes together. China has paid a big price in cooperation in fighting against the aggression of Japanese soldiers. Japanese soldiers conducted very brutal actions in China. The bloodiest slaughter has come to be known as the Nanjing Massacre. Since December 1937, Japanese soldiers committed mass murder and rape and killed more than 300,000 civilians and captured soldiers in Beijing. President Xi Jinping is presenting the floral tributes to the heroes. President Xi Jinping repeatedly stressed in his speeches, heroism. He respects heroes very much, and he called on all the Chinese people to learn from the heroes in all kinds of fields. And China has made great efforts to fight against the aggression by the Japanese soldiers. And eventually, Japan's announcement of surrender happened on August the 15th, 1945. And on September the 2nd, representatives from Japan, China, and 8 other allied powers gathered on the deck of the USS Missouri in Tokyo Bay. They signed on the Japanese instrument of surrender. The ceremony of Japanese surrender was broadcast throughout the world, and next day, September 3rd, the Japanese army in China formally surrendered to the Chinese government. It marked the first outright victory over a foreign invasion in Chinese modern history. Therefore, September the 3rd was chosen at the time as the official victory day. That's why we're celebrating this occasion today, every year. China played an important role in setting back Axis powers on the Asian battleground during World War II, and what we are seeing now are all the heroes fallen in the effort fighting against the aggression. World War II embroiled nearly 2/3 of the global population, and 70 million people lost their lives. And China is one of the earliest hit countries and was a major front line as well. It officially declared war on the Axis powers in December 1941 and soon formed an alliance with 25 other nations vowing to end fascist expansions. And as a major Axis power, Japan planned on conquering China in 3 months as the first step of its global ambition. But the Battle of Shanghai alone lasted for 3 months and took the lives of 40,000 Japanese soldiers. Over 1 million of his forces were stuck on Chinese soil during the war. But the fierce defense from China greatly hindered Japan's move towards inland Asia. And And the war saw a turning point in 1943 after Italy's surrender, and also Japan's huge advantages in other northern regions and huge setbacks in China and Pacific theater. Without enough support, Japan lost its advantages in other northern regions in central China, where the Communist Party was gaining ground. Japan was dragged into serious fighting on the Chinese battlegrounds, which strained its military strength and paved the way for Japan's eventual defeat. Now, Mr. Gao, China did not fight without outside help, as we just introduced in our background information. People from all walks of life, like the Flying Tigers from the US. How do you evaluate their contributions in China's fight against Japanese aggression?
Absolutely. I think the Chinese nation are eternally grateful for the international help and assistance we got from many countries, including from the United States, the former Soviet Union, and many other countries. And many of these heroes, like Norman Bethune, they are household names. We have hospitals and schools named after them. Why? Because we want to forever remember their contribution. Without such international cooperation, I think there will be more deaths in China, more sufferings, more sacrifice in China. But with international cooperation, and China was a very important pillar of the international alliance against fascism in the Second World War, because the fact that China did not surrender served a great deal, because we tied up a lot of resources from Japan, and Japan could not free itself up to fight against the United States in the Pacific theater, for example. Therefore, international cooperation was important in the Second World War. It is still important today, because I think the international community need to see justice or injustice as they are, and need to stand together to fight against injustice together.
Yes, and one other thing we're fighting is the pandemic, and China is also reaching out as what other countries are reaching in to help China as well. China is reaching out to other countries to help. Do you think that actually, to some extent, change China's image?
Well, first of all, COVID-19 virus is a common enemy of mankind. No single country can hide behind its walls against this virus. International cooperation, especially under the leadership of WHO, will be crucial in mankind's final victory against this virus. And I think China is doing as much as we can, not only in disclosing information as quickly and as early as possible, but also in providing PPE and medical expertise to many other countries, because we believe this is the right thing to do, because only by international cooperation and solidarity can we eventually defeat this virus.
Why I said change China's image is because that China in some people's minds are being misunderstood. So why do you think there is a kind of misunderstanding, especially in Western countries, about China?
I think it's not only misunderstanding, I think it's distortion and deliberate slandering of China's reputation by using misinformation to mislead and misguide many people in many countries in the world.
We'll continue our discussion in a moment. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Well.